As a kid, I've watched my fair share of horror movies like Halloween, Friday the 13th, Chucky, Pet Cemetery apparently. According to my parents, I've seen it before, but that was like when I was a fetus. Here's the thing, right? My idea of creepy and or monsters came from mostly cartoons and like Mortal Kombat trilogy. I'm specifically talking about the sub-bosses. Look at their ugly asses. Like literally, when I hear the word monster, the first image to pop into my head is a literal skeleton. But the monsters that I was used to were the characters from Our World Monsters, Monsters Inc., and some Microsoft clip art I had to use for a PowerPoint. You know, generic designs. Emphasis on designs, by the way. But it wasn't until that fateful night. It was a dark and stormy night. Okay, it wasn't really a dark and stormy night. It was a school night. That's already horrifying enough. But for some reason on that school night, I decided to take a nap downstairs in the family room with the big screen TV. The lights were on. The family room light was on. The kitchen light was on. And I decided to wake up in the middle of the night with the TV on. And G4 was on the TV. And X-Play was happening. You guys don't probably know what X-Play is, but they review games basically. Back when I was a kid. And you want to know what game they were reviewing? Do you want to know what game they were reviewing?
What the fuck? Oh my god.
Now imagine this kid watching that in the middle of the freaking night by himself downstairs in the family room with the big ass Zenith TV.
Yeah, this game makes me a little edgy.
She said this game made her a little edgy? Imagine how I felt sitting on that couch by myself.
I'm going to Silent Hill.
Unfortunately, I also went to Silent Hill that night.
What's in Silent Hill?
Time for another trip.
Not even a minute in, I get hit with this. What in the is this? Seriously, what is that? Listen to me. I am a huge fan of Silent Hill. I've researched the creatures within the Silent Hill games, studied the symbolism, design, story, whatever the and I still don't know what the hell this thing is. Oh wait, I remember now. This thing is called, get this, Closer. Yeah, original, right? Forget originality, the name fits this thing to a T. The only thing that I could differentiate at the time was that this thing had meaty boxing gloves, and that was literally it.
To the city that sanity forgot in Silent Hill 3.
Look at this angle. Look at this thing. Look at it twitching. Why? This did it for me. I was mentally done. My innocence was still there. But not after watching this. I've never seen no shit like this. And what I mean is, this head twitching shit. Like, what is even happening? This was literally the beginning. No, the descent into reality. The reality being that monsters can look way more disturbing and more detailed when they want to. Remember when I emphasized the word design? Yeah, I did it because look at these things, man. What the f? I'll say it again. I've never seen no shit like this before in my life. I was so terrified that night. Thanks, Heather. Thanks for introducing me to Trauma City, formerly known as Silent Hill. Thanks, I appreciate it. Again, take a look at all of this. The dark corridors, the twitching nurses, the noises they make when they get shot. You know, I'm just now realizing this. This is probably the best and worst Silent Hill game to be introduced to. Like, the best because this Silent Hill in particular is focused straight on horror. And the worst because that's just it. It's nothing but horror. Left, right, and center.
Heather is a refreshing heroine. She's not a ninja trained in special forces combat or some kind of secret agent. She's just a typical teenager complete with typical teenage apathy.
And I was a typical second grader complete with typical draws.
I'm a detective.
Well, nice talking to you.
For God's sake, all she wants to do is go to the mall.
And all I wanted to do is take a nap. I didn't expect to wake up and watch a horrifying review of this damn game. Also, peep how they give props to my girl Heather, saying she ain't no special forces agent or some shit. Nah, she a typical teenager. She's brave, which is probably why I also had a crush on her when I was young. Because I can tell you with, unironically speaking, full confidence, if I was getting chased by these meaty, beady, back-breaking running in the jet black corridors, trying to hide from these motherfucking raw chicken pieces with human legs, I'm not shooting shit. I'm running away.
And the mall goes straight to hell. Heather isn't a whiz with guns, and she'll never be mistaken for a master samurai.
It was locations like this that scared me as well when I was a kid. Like, bro, not only because it's scary looking, but where the fuck is she even going? Like, how the hell did she even get there or know how to get there? Why is the wall so bloody? Why is it so dark? I'm confused. Help! Speaking of help, I had no idea why she was reaching into the toilet, but little did I know that was a reference to Silent Hill 2. Yeah, I'm looking at you, James Poopy Hand Sutherland.
She's also rebellious enough that she won't do everything you tell her to.
Forget it. This is way too gross. Who would even think of doing something so disgusting?
You know, as a kid, I actually like this scene. I love when games don't take themselves seriously sometimes. It has a realistic charm to it, if that makes sense. Oh yeah, how could I forget this sumo wrestler right here? Literally called Insane Cancer. I forgot to mention, most of these twitching motherfuckers have feet that are covered in complete black coloring. Shit always bothered me as a kid.
Build an eternal paradise.
In fact, both you and Heather will spend a
Look at that.
Oh my god.
Look at that. You see why I say mini boxing glove?
What's the deal with Silent Hill anyway? It used to be a nice, quiet little town.
Hey, learn to adjust, Sam Spade.
Sam Spade. Sam Spade. Sam Spade.
Gun. Silent Hill 3 is a truly disturbing and frightening experience.
This was the part that was most memorable. I remember sitting there to myself thinking, you ain't gonna catch me lost up in there. And her climbing the ladder with this thing moving in a weird freaky way. Of course you can't forget the twitching, right? It's also an angel. I think his name is WTHELLY.
If you're the sensitive type, like me, Silent Hill 3 will make you jumpy and give you bad dreams.
Boy, if that's not the freaking understatement of the year. And that's it. And this tune right here, this piano you're hearing right now, yeah, this piece of music would be engraved in my head. Of course, knowing what I know, it evokes a little sadness and tragedy, but as a child, it evoked nothing but horror, terror, fear, and dread. And I stood there with the piano playing and my fear displaying. And yeah, after that, I stayed up the rest of the night, took a shower around like 3, 4, or 5 a.m., got ready for school, hated that shit, and continued the day like nothing happened. That was my introduction to Silent Hill 3 and Silent Hill as a whole, and it was a literal horrifying experience. So fast forward a few years into the future, it is the year 2004. And by this point, I literally forgot that Silent Hill existed, I think. I came home from school, popped in another OPM disc, that's the official PlayStation magazine in case you didn't know, with my dad, and of course there was a load of demos. Playable demos, and trailers to other games that hadn't come out yet. Well, I was scrolling through the demos, and to my unfortunate surprise, I spotted it. A rotten, disgusting, corpse-like floating head coming out of the wall, and to the right of it, the words Silent Hill 4 The Room was displayed. And for some damn stupid reason, I tapped the X button. I'm not gonna lie, I closed my eyes so damn fast, kept them closed through the whole trailer, praying to God that the trailer would end already. Also, my dad scared the hell out of me as I was watching the trailer. It's funny now, but back then, I nearly, well, you know the rest. So, just like the Silent Hill 3 review, I will also show you what I had to sit through as a kid. Also, if you already watched this, you can skip it or watch it again and feel my pain. I watched this trailer again and it's still pretty damn creepy. I already wanted to shut it off. I think around this point, I closed my eyes. I opened them every now and then while I was watching it, but yeah, I mostly had my eyes closed during this whole trailer. Chocolate syrup in the sink and water? I'm good. I remember watching this part. This is what really wanted me to close my eyes. The old black and white, drunkenly recorded footage of somebody's apartment. God, this trailer is still creepy, even today. Just imagine watching this and closing your eyes makes it even scarier. Because like, what are you even listening to? Like, what is this? Like, what am I listening to? Help me! And what is that? A giant head? That's Eileen, by the way. She's kind of hot. I thought I didn't know what was going on in Silent Hill 3, but 4? Oh, I felt like I'm lost inside my own house. As I'm writing this part actually did scare the shit out of me. Oh, man. Damn, she's hot. Hell no. Hell no. I remember the superintendent's part. This shit scared the hell out of me too. Looking at him lag and stutter is so uncanny and creepy as hell. Like, nobody in real life does that. But at the same time, it was actually cool. This part, I dread this. This terrified me. Everything did. Look at this scene. Look at that. Look, it's the guy from the thumbnail! So yeah, every now and then I'd see the box art for this game at a GameStop and I hated it. I mean, look at it. Just look at it. Look at it! Now the year is 2006 and a DVD for the Silent Hill movie has been released. My mom decides to buy it. Yippee! Now by this point I'm still terrified of Silent Hill, but I was willing to watch this movie. However, I'm not going to get into the movie in this video, but I'll say this. The movie actually made me curious to research more on Silent Hill in general. Of course I was still scared, but at this point I was slowly starting to love the atmosphere, the monster designs, the music, the scenery, everything. And don't get it twisted, I love the movie. Despite it being heavily criticized by Silent Hill fans, critics alike, shit, even me. Me personally, I thought it was amazing. But for the time, this was one of the best movie game adaptations in my opinion. And there it is. My introduction to Silent Hill, starting with 3, 4, and the movie. You know, as a kid, I tried my hardest to stay away from Silent Hill, like it was the plague. And now look at me. It's like one of my most favorite horror games of all time. It also helped me find masterpieces like my all-time favorite psychological horror movie, Jacob's Ladder, Francis Bacon, David Lynch, or anything weird on the internet. Oh, and also games like, well, Cry of Fear and Afraid of Monsters. Oh boy, oh boy. And of course, I can't forget the music. You know, it wasn't until recently where I discovered Silent Hill inspired music, where people make music that sounds like Akira Yamaoka style. And I also gotta give credit to my mom and her introducing me to horror movies. I guess that also plays a part in me seeking out obscure things on the internet as well. So yeah, that's it. That's my introduction to Silent Hill. That's all I have to say. I don't know how to end this, so bye.